The Virginia school teacher who was shot by her 6-year-old student is now sharing her story. Abby Zwerner spoke with NBC's Savannah Guthrie exclusively on Today. She was joined by her twin sister and mother who recounted that day. The bullet passed through her hand and hit her chest, where bullet fragments remain. Savannah asked her what went through her mind when the bullet struck her.
My initial reaction was, your kids need to get out of here. You know, this is not a safe classroom anymore, and then you need to go find help for yourself. It was pretty shocking. You know, once the firearm went off, and then I felt something, that shock itself that I had been shot.
The boy who reportedly shot Zwerner will not be facing criminal charges.
Well, former President Trump and his Republican allies are escalating their attacks on Manhattan's district attorney. The attacks come as a grand jury in New York is determining whether to indict the former president for his alleged effort to keep an extramarital affair secret by paying hush money to an adult film actress. More now from NBC's Garrett Haake.
On the brink of a possible criminal indictment by a Manhattan grand jury, former President Donald Trump remaining defiant, weighing in overnight on Truth Social.
Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them.
In a new video, lashing out at Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, now wrapping up his investigation of Mr. Trump's alleged effort to keep an extramarital affair a secret by paying hush money to adult film actress Stormy Daniels.
I'm the only thing standing between the American dream and total anarchy, madness, and chaos.
Grand jurors have heard testimony from former Trump fixer turned fierce Trump critic Michael Cohen, alleging Mr. Trump gave him $130,000 in 2016 to buy Daniels' silence. The former president has denied any wrongdoing. On Monday, a new witness, Cohen's former legal advisor Robert Costello, was asked to testify at the request of Mr. Trump's legal team, blasting Cohen's credibility.
If they want to go after Donald Trump and they have solid evidence, so be it. But Michael Cohen is far from solid evidence.
Cohen's response?
The district attorney has the documentation in order to validate every single statement that I've made.
In Lower Manhattan, law enforcement officials are bracing for possible charges against Mr. Trump, increasing security around the DA's office. Trump's potential Republican presidential rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, taking a dig at Bragg.
That's an example of pursuing a political agenda,
while also taking a veiled shot at the former president.
I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that.
House Republicans launching an investigation of Bragg's investigation, though Democrats say Congress has no jurisdiction over a local DA.
President Trump announced he was going to run for president again. And suddenly here they go. Now they're coming after him for some alleged bookkeeping error. You've got to be kidding me.
And that was Garrett Haake reporting. Now, with all this happening, a Fox News network producer is suing the network over its 2020 election coverage. Abby Grossberg claims the network's attorneys coerced her into providing misleading testimony during her deposition for Dominion Voting Systems defamation case against Fox. A spokesperson for the network says Grossberg only made her allegations after a critical performance review. The network filed its own suit against Grossberg, asking the court to put in place a restraining order to prevent her from divulging privileged information. The judge has not yet ruled on Fox's request.
An update now to a story we first reported last week. The son of Philadelphia Flyers interim general manager Danny Briere is charged with 3 misdemeanors after pushing an unoccupied wheelchair down the stairs at a Pennsylvania bar, and video of that went viral. Police charged Carson Briere and another student athlete with criminal mischief, criminal conspiracy to commit mischief, and disorderly conduct. Both were caught on this surveillance video pushing that empty wheelchair down the steps of a bar. Now, this isn't Briere's first behavioral incident. In 2019, he was dismissed from Arizona State's hockey club for violating team rules. The head of the company known for creating ChatGPT says he's scared the new technology could be exploited. OpenAI CEO says humans could be the greatest threat to technology, despite growing fears of the opposite. The concern is that other companies who don't put safety limits on their product could lead to cyber attacks or the spreading of disinformation. The CEO also says the ChatGPT model is prone to hallucinating, meaning it could present inaccurate facts as truth and could be persuaded to post false or harmful content.
Well, President Biden will establish 2 new national monuments. Just after 5 this morning, the president shared his plans to name one in Texas and another one in Nevada. The one in Nevada, known as Spirit Mountain, will honor tribal nations and indigenous peoples. The one in Texas will be called Kastner Range, honoring veterans and service members near El Paso. In all, the monuments will protect 500,000 acres of public lands. Well, starting Thursday, patients and visitors will be able to enter the main public areas of Duke hospitals without wearing a mask. Masks will be optional for patients and visitors where no patient care is occurring, including outdoor areas and entrances. Employees will also have optional masking in staff areas of the hospital. But masking will continue for all patients, visitors, and staff in inpatient care units, hallways, patient rooms, waiting rooms, and exam rooms. Lawmakers in Raleigh want to put an end to COVID-19 vaccine rules in schools. The House Health Committee will discuss a bill today prohibiting state and local governments from requiring employees to get COVID shots. The bill would also stop public schools from requiring anyone to get COVID vaccines. It also would prohibit schools from enforcing mask mandates or quarantining healthy students.
We're getting our first look at video of the moments before Ivo Otenio's death. He is the 28-year-old man who died in custody of Virginia authorities. We want to warn you, some of you may find this difficult to watch. Otenio's mother says her son was tortured by deputies after transport to a mental hospital. Attorneys and family say he was left naked in his jail cell and handled harshly into transport. The video, which the family saw last week, shows a brutal 11-minute beating. Otenio, wearing restraints, is pushed off a chair onto the floor, suffering the full weight and force of 10 people on top of him.
My son was treated like a dog, worse than a dog. I saw it with my own eyes on the video.
Can someone explain to me why my brother is not here right now? Someone explain to me why my mother can't sleep, can't eat. We're broken.
The Henrico Police Union in Virginia says it is standing behind the deputies. London's police commissioner is vowing to address systemic issues within the force after a scathing review. The report released today says the force allowed predatory behavior to flourish within the ranks. The publishers say the force failed to protect the public from abuse, including its own female staff. The review accused the organization of perpetuating a misogynistic, sexist, racist, and homophobic internal culture. London's mayor expressed deep concern, saying this review must be a turning point.
You know, we hear a lot about employers scrambling to find workers, but we're learning about a sharp drop in job openings in one part of the local economy. WRAL's Brian Schrader has a look at the numbers in that information technology sector. Brian.
Ken, the North Carolina Technology Association, or NC Tech, is out with new data looking at how IT job postings are changing each month. And take a look at these numbers. In February of 2022, North Carolina employers had around 36,000 IT job postings. But a year later, just over 21,000. That is a 40% drop, and that number has declined each month since October. The president of NC Tech tells WRAL News that the drop could reflect economic concerns from the employers, but overall unemployment remains low in North Carolina. You can read more analysis and look at the entire report in our story at WRALTechWire.com, Ken.
Brian, thanks. Taking a look at stocks this noon hour, you can see all the major indices are in positive territory as investors feel more confident we can avoid a banking crisis. You can see the Dow on the plus side, 140 points. The S&P is on the plus side, more than 23 points, and the NASDAQ also in positive territory.
The average tax return this year has been coming in just over $3,000. That's a lot of money. And 5 on Your Side wants to make sure you're getting back every dollar you deserve. Keely Arthur is live with the free tax help available to you coming up this afternoon. Hi, Keely.
Hi, Renee. It's less than 4 hours from now. Federally licensed tax experts are going to be taking your calls, answering your questions, and they're doing it for free. Here's the number you can call starting at 4 p.m. 919-234-5007. Our pros can help with a wide range of issues. A lot of tax credits are changing. There are some new ones that you could get help with, or maybe you had a big change in your life like Mitchell and Diane Brickman.
Well, we just had to hire an accountant because we moved from New York, so
yeah,
there's no way we're doing our taxes this year.
It's really complicated because we took
states.
a lot of money out of the 401k to buy the house. And is it New York or is it going to be North Carolina? We'll see.
Well, they can call Tax Pros and find out. Here's the number to call again, 919-234-5007. Don't call now. Pros are taking calls between 4 and 7 p.m.
We know the phones will be ringing then. What a wonderful resource from 5 on Your Side and the tax professionals. Thanks, Keely. Foot Locker plans to close 400 of its stores by 2026. That represents about 10% of the company's sales. Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker, and Champ Sports all fall under the shops that are getting cut. Now the company plans to target younger and loyal shoppers with new experimental stores. Company executives say these new concept shops will have a wider range of products. There's a reason people have to keep buying new earbuds. The tiny batteries inside the device make it hard to fix. The smaller batteries come with a shorter lifespan, forcing people to buy replacements sooner. Now, replacing the battery on your own can be dangerous, and products don't come with instructions on how to replace them.
Leave a comment and share this video with your friends. With daily uploads, there will always be a conversation.